sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm sharing this from my own understanding, from my own experience, and it's to inspire others that there's another way of dealing with things here. So I got lucky enough in my mid-30s where I got introduced to the healing aspect of life. I got introduced to the universe. I got introduced to like personal development type work, and the biggest growth that I got out of it was working with the universe and having the right guidance, the right mentor with this. And I got asked this a few times, Stefan, like when is enough enough? I'll be honest with you, I was sick and tired of doing several things, and a big one for me was working all the time. And at one point it got ugly for me, where I was like, thank you but no thanks. And I got lucky that when I transitioned out of the working career, and even when I landed my job as a commercial pilot, I thought, man, I got it. I got this thing. I got it in the bag here. I had the career, had a couple of years flying down in the Toronto area, and then the universe stepped back in again. And I'm like, okay. And I was smart enough to have the understanding that I can always go back to this. And instead, I took a big leap of faith with this. I took a chance on me, and because there was many areas inside of me where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. So a big part of this is I found out that as the human species, we are a very, very complicated type species here. Myself as the example that I got very fortunate with being born in Canada, where my parents immigrated from Germany and from Holland. And through the ancestry, I found out that I lived in many other past lifetimes all over the place. So the biggest thing that I had to deal with was this physical life, this physical lifetime. It had nothing to do with the past lifetimes. That came into effect later on a way deeper level. When I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, that meant was the thinking I was doing, the habits, my daily actions, and was really willing to grow up and up level and take a chance on things that I had never done before. And I'll be honest with you, that took a lot of vulnerability with that. That took a lot of guts, and it took a lot of drastic actions in order for me to say, thank you for the experiences. Thank you for the old experiences. They allowed me to grow to a certain point. And then at one point I had to up level and I had to do something completely brand new. And there was a vulnerability with that, because there was many things when I started doing it, I had felt vulnerable. I had felt raw on the inside. I thought, man, somebody's going to have at least 10 years of experience before doing something like this. And I'm sharing this to inspire others that as we're transitioning into this 5D consciousness, I had to make a lot of drastic changes and severe changes in order to really be the change with it. And currently right now I'm going through another change. I'm going through another up-leveling. And the up-leveling has to be done while we're in this physical 3D world. And it's not like this golden ticket where we all get to go to heaven, and there's an element of truth to that. There's that tiny element of truth to it. But the real truth of it is, while I'm here in this physical world, this is where the changes are made. And it's to really make an lasting impression with this. And I'm doing this for me and not for anybody else. And I'm simply sharing this because at one point my health was affected. And I got sick and tired of doing the manual work. I was very good at it. I was very resourceful with it. And I did whatever I had to do there at the time to pay off my college tuition as a commercial pilot. And then at the end of it, I'm asking myself, like, is it worth it doing all that, putting all that money in, and then now seeing that AI is online, and a lot of these jobs are all going to be automated at one point. So just an FYI there. I was at one point sick and tired of being sick and tired, and the big part of this here was the way I was thinking and my thoughts. And the best way that I can describe it is, imagine if you have a lime, or say if you have a lemon in front of you. If you take a knife and if you squeeze that, if you cut the lemon and you squeeze it, the only thing you're going to get out of it is that lemon juice or that lime juice. Now, if you're going to open your mind with this, imagine if you have your own head. I'm imagining my own head at the time. If I was to, like, say, I'm speaking metaphysically here, or just as a metaphor, if I was to squeeze whatever was in my head at the time, and whatever came out of it, and I was taking, if I was to take like an honest and a good look at it with whatever was coming out of it, there was parts of it I'm like, man, boy, oh boy, this has to go. So, and that was, I had no idea. I did things to the best of my understanding of it. And when I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, this is where I started to find other people that were already doing things that they were very, very good at. I was learning and growing from them. And the ability of being able to fast track the areas inside of me that either I had sucked at or I wasn't good at. And when I earned the trust of the universe, then the universe and with my soul, they started to show me other areas. And it's been an intense ride with this. And I'm sharing this to inspire others that when I started to properly connect with my soul, or with an issue with my higher self, we all have an inner compass. And when I started trusting this inner compass and I started following it, there was many facades, there was many masks, there was many patterns, there was many obsolete old belief systems. There was many things that were ingrained from many other past lifetimes, from the ancestry, the family, the cultures, religion, different ethnicities, different backgrounds. And all of that had to be stripped out or unplugged and released. And I'm referring to the negative side of it. It's the negative entanglements of it and the negative emotions with it. That's the key part of it. And when this is done properly, then when I start working with my higher self and with my soul, then you start uploading or downloading all the cool information with that. And literally up-leveling into a whole new person with this. This is possible now being in the 5D. Years ago in the 3D type world, it's possible. It was possible, but it was a more difficult route doing that. And I'm sharing this because being sick and tired, the universe is basically, it's forcing every one of us, myself with this as well, with being the necessary change. And if I don't change, I cannot hold anyone else accountable with it. And if I want to see more or the better results in my own life, it was me that had to take the drastic changes or the drastic actions to implement it in my own life. And it was like being in a video game. But it's not a video game, it's a thing called life with this. And the term of either being sick and tired of being sick and tired, there was areas in my life where I was like, man, my stability was a big one. Vocation. And there was other areas in my life, and I'm like, I was very good at many other areas, and it was simply the soul's way or the universe's way of redirecting me around, and it was for me to really for me to take a good look at the areas in my own life where, am I thriving with this? Am I doing well with this? Or from the past, did I negate it, or I didn't even look at it, or I didn't even address it? So the universe, when I started to unplug the negative experiences from the past, the negative emotional entanglements from the past, pardon me, then other things would show up on my radar mentally, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is now an opportunity for me to rectify this and to address it, and then to up level with it and improve it. And it's been a very, very humbling, very, very positive type of an experience, and a very, very rewarding experience. And I'd like to share this and with inspiring others that the more work that's done here in this physical realm, that when we do leave here, you get to take all that with you. So whatever is done here physically to the best of your ability, and I'm referring to it on the healing perspective of it, specifically with the mental and the emotional pillars, and then as a person evolves doing the spiritual work, because it's really rectifying this 3D world that we live in, and it's a tough one. But if you can elevate from that and then elevate into the 4D and then close up those old loops, and then being into the 5D, it's the main part here is being happy, being joyful, and being fulfilled, and being happy. And that's a big part. That's the secret sauce right there. And all I can share is when I was complaining about something, that was an indicator for me that I needed to do something here. I need to take the drastic and immediate actions and the physical actions to do something else. And once I corrected it, and once I had to embody it into me, physically, mentally, and then having it locked into my subconscious as a new operating system, everything else in my life changed with this. So it's a cool experience, and it's here. I'm sharing this to inspire others. This is the big reason why I'm starting to push with getting the videos out there. Because in the last several years, we lost a lot of souls here. And when the souls leave, they're all coming back here for another lifetime round or another experience. So that's what's inspired me with getting this content out there. So the life that we have here is precious, so do something. And it can be big or small, it doesn't matter with what it is. I think the biggest thing what the soul's asking for is whatever was in my own life was to go in there and clean everything up to the best of my ability, and then assisting just one other human being with it. And that fulfilled the soul contract, and honored that agreement with the universe. So yeah, it's a humbling and it's a very rewarding type of an experience, and it's a feeling. I want to share with this, it's a feeling at the end of it. It's that feeling, when you have that feeling, no one can take that away from you. So that's my inspiring video for today, and yeah. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and until next time, be kind and treat each other well. Take care.